Hi everyone, and welcome back to my city, the Isle of Flexum. We are playing City Skylines. My name is Chris, and this is something I did a week or so ago. I wanted to just detail up my oil industry area. So I found that you can just plop down a load of sand, which you would probably have in these kind of really industrial areas, and I wanted to go off and add, well, a fair amount of fencing. There's no fencing here. I thought I'd add some fencing into it just to make it look a little bit more interesting, shall we say. It is kind of bland. So I zoned it up also. I wanted to have some industry area that could organically grow up, and that was also set to be for the oil industry, so it should all be kept fairly close by, nothing really travelled too far. But as you will see in this video and later videos, the sheer volume of traffic that industry areas can bring is quite substantial. I also made some adjustments to the road layout. A lot of it is one way, but I also wanted to do the kind of biffer style minusing of road. So you will see in some places that when you come down to a road, as you can see just there, if you were to turn right, the road straight on drops you down to a single road. That means when you join up at the next road, it should mean that traffic can flow a little bit freer. Now just spotted one of the problems that I put. That oil pumping station is actually on a junction, which when you look at it is probably not a really good idea. As you had seen previously, when a vehicle or a truck or a lorry turns into it, it causes a complete chaos, a large amount of tailbacks, and that obviously is not good for traffic flow. So one of the other things I wanted to put in, which actually in hindsight may not be the best thing to do, but I wanted to put a nice large car park in, because where do all the oil industry workers park? So using the big parking lot mod, which is a massive time saver, as long as you do make sure that the roads or the ground is flat so that roads go on there and don't cause any problems, then it works really, really well. Or not in this particular occasion. I'm not sure why that is or why that happened, but it does get sorted in the end. Also, there was a problem with laying some of the stuff down, so I thought I'm just going to fill it with some gravel, add some trees to it, make it look rather prettier, or nicer, maybe a bit more organic. But anyway, that's what I did. Whack in a few trees, make it look a little bit nicer, sweeter, more beautification, whatever you want to call it, that kind of thing. Just really to give something. It wasn't even really to do that, to be perfectly honest. It's more that I couldn't be asked to delete it and shrink everything down. That's probably more realistic. I was just being a little bit more lazy, but actually it does look slightly better. Here I'm trying to add in some fences, not as successfully as I would have hoped. So what do all good car parks require? They need security, and I'm going to put some of the big fences in. Now, they don't work particularly well with kind of the drag and drop option. I did try it and they tend to extend out. I'm not quite sure why. I guess it's the way that those assets are actually been drawn, but they do work eventually, and you do have to fiddle around with them a little bit more to make them join up. And I guess if you're into the level of detailing, then you can, taking that amount of time to be consumed by, doing this effectively, doesn't really cause a big problem. As you see, you can't bend it either because of the type of asset I guess it is. So the final touch of detail, I'm going to put a little security guard hut in, and I also want to put one of those gates that retract in and out to make it, I guess, look a little bit more realistic. Maybe not quite as shoddy as it is, but obviously one of the important things to do or learn or realise is you can't necessarily always drop a plop. Can't always drop a plop. Can't always drop a prop, not a plop. That sounds like a shit, doesn't it? Anyway, you can't always drop a plop. Can't always drop a prop where you want it directly. So you have to put it somewhere else and then use the move it mod to move it after the fact. And yeah, close scrutiny, that is not going to look very good. But I think it would do for my needs and requirements, I think, in this instance. So the final steps was just add a few extra bits and pieces into the industrial area. I wanted to try to increase productivity by adding a barracks or two into the location and just see what happens and see if it can just push my production levels up and get a lot more raw materials out and about to those factories so they can produce something that's going to be made into something else. So this has been a remarkably quick video for the industrial area and building it out. I'm just popping in there a police helicopter because you always need police helicopters flying around and dealing with all those crims out there. Sim crims? No, sim crims. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. It's been a short one. Hopefully I'll do something a little better next time. But if you enjoyed this really odd video, then please do hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. YouTube will kindly email you every time I then post a video. Once again, thanks very much for watching. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself well, and it's goodbye from me for now. Bye.